Well, as you can see, I have a bag on my table. It has a couple of electronic items in it. A woman on Facebook messaged me and wanted to know if I could fix something for her, and she also had something she wanted to give away. So the first thing is the item she wants repaired. I'm not sure if it's worth bothering, considering that you can buy VCRs at thrift stores and stuff for dirt cheap, so it's probably not worth messing with, but she says that it does play tapes. It just sometimes chews up the tape or doesn't rewind properly, so I'm thinking it's just going to be a matter of lubricating some of the gears and some of the mechanisms inside this thing. So I'm going to tear it apart, see what I can do with it, but I'll take it over to the TV and hook it up, just see what it's doing. So I'll put that out of the way. And the item she wanted to give away that also has an issue is this PS2, and it's got the network adapter on the back of it, and she says it doesn't read discs properly. I don't think I have any PS2 games here, so I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do about that, or even check it, but I'll check it with like a CD or something and just see if it'll read a CD. Oh, and she also brought the remote control, so it's good to have that just in case you need it for something. Alrighty, so I have it plugged into the TV. I just tried it and it won't work. Won't turn on at all. Well, I tore it apart a little bit more. Took this thing out. That's pretty easy to get out. Some of these connectors were a little bit tricky to remove, but not too bad. There's only a couple connectors here, so not a big deal. Where did I put that darn thing? Be right back. So there's one problem. A crusty, dried out, broken belt. So I'll have to tell her about that, and she'll have to get one. But I gotta take this board out of here because the thing won't power on, so I gotta try to figure out what the heck's going on there. So anyway, I'm gonna take the board out and I'll come back when I figure out what's wrong with this thing. Well, it looks promising. There's a light flashing right here, and that wasn't flashing before. So what the problem seems to be, and this is live, so I'm not going to go poking around too much, but there's a fuse down here, and somehow, I don't know if somebody changed the fuse, but somehow that fuse holder was bent out of shape, so it wasn't holding the fuse very good. So I just squeezed it together, put the thing back in the case, plugged the cord in and tried it out, and we have a power light now, so I'm assuming that's a power light. Let's see. Yes, it is. It's a power light. So anyway, I'm going to put the rest of it back together. I wish I had a belt. I don't have any parts for VCRs at all, and that belt is pretty gnarly. If I had a belt, I'd put a new belt in it, but I don't have one. So Anyway, I'm going to unplug this thing. See if I can find something that'll pass for a belt, at least temporarily. So anyway, I gotta go. Alrighty, so I figured since I have this thing apart, I may as well use some alcohol. Do a little bit of cleaning. Quite a bit of dirt on that one. She said she used a head cleaning tape on this thing. Well, I guess they don't really work. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's pretty filthy. Well, as you can probably tell, the VCR is working, but I'm gonna pause this because I don't want any copyright issues. But the VCR works perfectly fine. I cleaned the heads, put it back together, and I couldn't do anything about the rewind and fast forward. She's gonna have to get a belt, and it's not really a big deal. That's a pretty easy machine to work on. There's only a couple screws. So anyway, that one's done for now anyway, until she figures out whether she cares about the about the rewind and fast forward, because right now it's not gonna work. So anyway, I'll give her the old belt and she can take it somewhere and decide whether she wants to replace it. I think it's probably worth it. The VCR works pretty good. Just a matter of pulling it apart again and slapping that belt in there and hoping the hell nothing happens to it in the process. But so far so good.